Hello, hello, and welcome to a little video about the Target 7AB review for our quiz. Alright, number 1, complete the translation, TABQ. So what this means is translate Q, the distance of AB, in the direction of AB. Alright, so first let's find the distance from A to B. There it is, I marked it in blue. And the direction of AB. So there's an arrow, AB. Remember, it's going from A to B. So you can use a ruler. I'm going to use the magic of technology to transport that distance AB over to the point Q. I'm just going to redraw AB. And now we have our new point, and we're going to call it Q prime. Number 2, complete the translation TBA, circle. So that means let's translate the circle, the distance of BA, in the direction of BA. Let's do it. B to A, there's the distance. And remember, the order of the letters does matter. B to A means we're going to the left. Again, I'm using the magic of technology. You use a ruler to transport my circle. Okay, I'm just going to redraw BA. And then I'm going to call this point P prime, and I'm going to draw my circle. Okay, that looks a little bit like an egg, but we're close. All right, number 3, complete the translation TLM, triangle. So let's move the triangle, the distance of LM, in the direction of LM. All right, LM, whoops, that's not the blue color, okay. LM is this distance right here, and from L to M goes downwards in this diagonal way. So I'm going to take that, transport it down here. Wow, that's an ugly line, but that's okay. We do our best. I'm going to mark this as point P prime, and I'm going to recreate that same triangle the best that I can. Number 4, complete the translation TMN, rectangle. So we're going to move the rectangle, the distance of NM, MN, in the direction of MN. So there's the distance and direction. Plop it onto point P. I'll redraw it here for consistency's sake. I'll put a little point, call it P prime, and I'm going to do my best to recreate this rectangle. Numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to see whether or not the diagrams have isometry. Isometry, my bad. All right, number 5. Yes, this does have isometry because the shape stayed the same size. It moved a little, but it's the same size. Number 6 does not have isometry because the heart got larger or smaller, depending on which direction we're going. Number 7 does have isometry because it's the same shape, it's just reflected. Number 8 does not because one of the shapes is smaller. Number 9, draw the reflection RMB. So we're going to reflect B over the line M. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure the distance from B to the line. And you're doing this with a ruler, I'm doing it with the magic of technology. I'm going to recreate that distance right here. And I'm going to call this point B prime. That's it. Let's do the same thing with this triangle. We're going to reflect triangle QRS over the line M. Okay, so first I'm going to measure the distance between Q and the line. You use your ruler, I use magic of technology to recreate that same point Q. Now, I highly recommend you label your points as you go along. It'll make life a lot easier for you. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with R. Measure the distance. Recreate distance on the other side. Again, you're using your ruler. R prime. And lastly, let's do S. The whole thing, please. Thank you. Oh, and that spare extra little dash I drew, that's fine. Connect it. Call it S prime. Now, the way I connect my points is I look at the original picture, and I see that Q connects to R connects to S, and S connects to Q. Oh, that's not the best drawing, But if everything is labeled, and I can see that you really did attempt to make it the same distance, and you labeled it correctly, but your triangle looks just as beautiful as mine, I think we're good. All right, 2 more, let's do it. Okay, so for number 11, what I'm doing, I know you can't see this, but I'm turning myself and my tablet to make that letter M, or sorry, the line M vertical towards me. So imagine the corner of your paper facing you. That's how I'm turning it to do this problem. Okay, so I'm going to measure the distance from B to M. See, my lines aren't coming out that great because I'm at a weird angle, but that's okay. And then I'm going to call this B prime. Next, I'm going to do the same thing for A. And I'm going to call it A prime. And then let's do letter C. Again, imagine that I am at the corner of this video. I am sitting, I'm sitting normal, but I turned my tablet that I'm using. Its little corner is facing me. All right, lastly, letter D, straight across. Well, so once again, if you're using a ruler, you're going to have straighter lines. Make sure to label all of your points as you're doing this. It'll make it way easier. And if your rectangle, parallelogram, whatever shape it is, does not turn out nice, as long as it's labeled correctly, like you really did attempt to do it right, and the distances are pretty darn close, then you've reached your goal. All right. A connects to B, B connects to C, C connects to D, back to A. Voila. Lastly, number 12, we're going to reflect this triangle. Now, this letter N, that line, is perfectly vertical, so I'm turning my paper back to normal. Okay, I'm going to reflect A over, and once again, you're using a ruler and labeling your points immediately. All right, letter B is next. This is going to be a little funky because letter C is going to overlap with letter B. Oh, why did that change colors? Technology was too magical. All right, let's call that B prime. Now this is going to be easier for you with a ruler because, boom. Actually, I think aha, success. All right, so it's overlapping. Imagine that blue underneath, of course. I'm going to put it over top this way so you can see a little bit. And of course, make sure to label the end of your line C prime and connect it. A goes down to C, C goes to B, B goes to A, and we have our triangle. If you have any questions about this review or about the quiz, please make sure to let me know or your teachers know, and we'll help you out. Have a wonderful rest of whatever day it is for you. Bye!